We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 2 through 3. And the topic of the chapter is prayers to Queen Kunti. But before we give class, we always like to honor Krishna and Radha and their eternal love, which is also their eternal love for us also, how it manifests. We do this by singing Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yashoda Nandana Braja Chararanjanan Yashoda Nandana Braja Chararanjanan Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Natira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yashoda Nandana Braja Chararanjanan Yashoda Nandana Braja Chararanjanan Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Kalachandji, Radha Kalachandji Radhe. Jaya Jaya Jagannath, 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 Jaya Jaya Jagannath. Jaya Jaya Baladev, 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 Jaya Jaya Baladev. Jaya Jaya Subhadra, 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 Jaya Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Gornitai, 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 Jaya Jaya Gornitai. Nitai Goro Haribol, 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 Nitai Goro Haribol. Nitai Goro Haribol, 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 Nitai Goro Haribol. Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Radha Kalachandji Dham Ki Jai. So, I guess it's always proper to always apologize before one does a lecture, just in case one commits an offense, which is very often very possible. So if I say anything that offends anyone, it is not intentional. It is always meant for my purification, as well as to assist others in understanding Krishna and our relationship with the eternal personality of Godhead. So before we start text 2, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Timarandasya Gananjanan Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparandikam Vanchakalpatarubhyas Chakripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Shivasadi Gora Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We're going to do two texts today because one is without the purport, and I think we only have room for one on the board. So you can go along and repeat. If you have the scripture available to you, you can also respond afterwards. Te nityo dakam sarve vilapa cha brisham punaha apluta hari padabja rajaputa sarijjale. Te nityo dakam sarve vilapya cha brisham punaha apluta hari padabja rajaputa sarijjale. Te nityo dakam sarve vilapyam cha brisham punaha Apluta hari padaja rajaputa sarij jale. Would anyone like to repeat that? Te niniyoda kamsave vilapyacha brishampanha apluta hari padapcha rajaputa sarij jale. Anyone else want to repeat? Mata? All right. Te, all of them. Naninya, having offered. Udakam, water. Sarve, every one of them. Vilapya, having lamented. Cha, and Brisham, sufficiently. Puna, again. Apluta, took birth. Took bath. Hari Padabja, the lotus feet of the Lord. Rajaha, dust. Puta, purified. Sarit, of the Ganges. Jale, in the water. And the translation here is, having lamented over them and sufficiently offered Ganges water, they bathed in the Ganges, whose water is sanctified due to being mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. And the process that is being described is the family is in the process of the burial procession. And there's a standard practice that is done even still today when one is burying the departed soul. Text 3, we'll discuss that a little bit more. Text 3. Tatra sinam kurapatim vitarastra sahanujam gandhari putram sokatam pritam krishna chamadava. Now this one isn't on the board, so because I'm certain no one has it in front of them, we'll just repeat it once. Tatra, there. Asanam, sitting. Kuru Patim, the king of the Kurus, Dhritarashtra, Saha Anujam, with his younger brothers, Gandhari, Putra, son, Shoka Atam, overtaken by bereavement, Pritam, Kunti, Krishnam, Draupadi, Cha, also, Madhava, Lord Sri Krishna. The translation here is, there sat the king of the Kurus, Maharaj Yudhisthira, along with his younger brothers, and Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti, and Draupadi, all overwhelmed with grief. Lord Krishna was also there. Purport: the battle of Kurukshetra was fought between family members, and thus all affected persons were also family members like Maharaj Yudhisthira, and brothers Kunti, Draupadi, Subhadra, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and her daughter-in-law, etc. All the principal dead bodies were in some way or other related with each other, and therefore the family grief was combined. Lord Krishna was also one of them, as a cousin of the Pandavas and nephew of Kunti, as well as brother of Subhadra, etc. The Lord therefore was equally sympathetic toward all of them, and therefore he began to pacify them befittingly. The chapters in the discussion will be brief, but I will try to take the essence of the text as best I can. In text 2, it discusses the Ganges, which is considered one of the holiest bodies of water in India, along with Yamuna and what is this, Saraswati? The Ganges has a history of being a location or place of purification. It is said that when one purifies themselves with the waters of the Ganges, it has a tremendous impact on their life. Some say even on their destination. One can take baths in the Ganges along with prayers. The waters of the Ganges is quite pure. If anyone has ever experienced or had the experience of seeing the Ganges River, it is an illusion. It's an illusion because what you see really isn't what's there. I remember a couple of times going to India, and of course, I am in no way in a purified state. And I understand that when one is in a purified state, they see the Ganges the way it is supposed to be seen. It's murky. It's muddy. So someone suggested, well, purify yourself, by going into the water. So I'm quite a radical. I always have been. You dare me, and I'm probably going to try it, and especially in the Holy Dham. So I'm testing the water, and I pick up the Ganges, a palm of the water. And it's customary that when you take from the Ganges, you give a little bit back to the Ganges. but in my hand was pure water, pure, clean water. It is said to have many therapeutic benefits, but getting back to the point of text 2, it is the proper process to offer the Ganges water and to bathe also in it when one is taking part in a funeral procession. And it is to purify the energy surrounding you, the burial ground, so many benefits. So this is just taking us to the point of the process of what is happening as the Pandavas and the Kurus are coming together to honor and to bury the bodies of the sons of Draupadi. Now, what really amazes me still, and I know I read this probably a year ago, same text, same chapter, all of it. Each time you read the scripture, and it's suggested that you read it more than once, you're always going to get a different understanding, a different interpretation. It is definitely possible that two people can read the scriptures and two people will come up with different understandings, and that's okay too. But what I gathered from this one, especially since time has gone by, is I'm thinking to myself, here are two families that have come together. One of them, one family, is responsible for the death of the victims. The other family are the ones that have lost, they're part of the family that has lost their loved ones. What is very unique is that these two families at that time are coming together in honor and in respect of the dear departed. Now, this is almost unheard of in today's world. But then we have graduated so deeply into Kali Yuga that you can't imagine two different parties coming together, especially over something as intense as one killing another, one family responsible for killing another member of another family. But they're cousins, they're related. You don't think anything like this is going to happen in this world. What I'm noticing is that even as degraded as Kali Yuga is right now, it reminds me that all is not lost, because there have been a few times where I've checked the news, and I do check the news from time to time because it's important to know what's going on in the world. It's very important. Doesn't mean that I'm looking at it every single day, but the point is, I have listened to family members that have lost loved ones, whose loved ones have been victims of horrible crimes, and they forgive. They come with compassion. This is unheard of. What it makes me grateful for, what it helps me understand, is that even in this world, as Kali Yuga is progressing, no matter what's going on, there is still hope. There is still the ability for people to forgive one another. This is a point where it's kind of traditional that you put your feelings and your thoughts aside and you come together. They're much more elevated devotees than I am. So I can understand them doing this. What is even more what is the proper description of describing this? Well, of course, it's standard for the Lord to be above and beyond anyone else and to see neither good nor bad. He is a relative of the procession. And in the mode of being the ever well-wisher, the supreme personality, the supreme lover, he is here now to pacify both sides of the family. That is something that I'm noticing that we are coming up short of nowadays. All of us go through challenges to whatever degree of a challenge that we go through. We find difficulty in reaching out and assisting and supporting others. And if there has ever been a time that we need to do it, it is now. Things are going to increase in Kali Yuga. You can't imagine it getting any crazier. But the point that I want to make here, and what I'm getting from this scripture, is that there comes a time when we have to put aside our differences and come together on one accord, even if we feel that we have absolutely nothing to give to a situation. That's the point at which you start praying and asking Krishna, give me strength, please, give me understanding, help me get through this, because we're gonna need to do this more and more as time goes by. If we don't start now, when do we start? There are many of us that are at a point where we feel we can't extend ourselves. We can't feel anything extra for anyone. And if you are watching what's going on in the world, it's kind of easy. It's not difficult to feel that way. But as devotees, we have been given supreme knowledge. We have been given the most perfect knowledge so that we can rise above whatever it is we're seeing, whatever it is that's going on. Because regardless of what it is, nothing is happening without the Lord's awareness. Not that he's orchestrating it. He does have an impact to the extent that we suffer. But everything that's happening is the result of something we have done. What is it, adhyatma? Bhautika, things that others have done. Is it in Adidevika? Adidevika, providence, things orchestrated by the demigods. So we can't say, we can't blame the Lord for anything that's happening. We have group karma, depending on where we were born, depending on the family in which we were born in. We have a karma or an energy that we carry with us. There are different degrees of what we experience. The unique thing about Krishna consciousness is that it's not tied into any particular culture or country or skin color. It is a Krishna conscious mood, which means that we should be following the scriptures in our behavior. Anything that's taking place in the world, there is a lesson in the scriptures. Constantly you're seeing cause and effect, cause and effect. But if you're looking closely, in every single text, on every page there's nectar. There is a lesson to be learned from this. This is a perfect time to preach. This is a perfect time to work on your sadhana. I do not know how anyone could exist or get through this world without the mercy, without the benefits, the boons, the love, the compassion, the forgiveness, the understanding that Krishna gives us. And it should be used as an example. We can't do all of this overnight. Being a devotee is not the easiest thing to be or do. If someone told you that, they lied to you. As a matter of fact, the challenges start. Even more so when you take Diksha or initiation. Things increase, but think of it as a process of bathing and cleansing yourself. It's a purification process, and we all must go through it. To fight it just means it's going to be tougher the next time you come back through this world in a different body. But what I want to leave you with, because these are brief passages, what I want to leave you with is that the goal is, why are you here? Why are we here? Why do you have this body? Well, we know we have these bodies because of what we've done in a previous life. But why are you here? We understand that we have wanted to be and enjoy like Krishna. We had a perfect life, everything in the spiritual world. But as is described, we want to lord it over material nature. The Lord is like the loving mother. She knows that what you want really isn't good for you, but you've got such a hard head. Difficult to get you to understand things. So the mother sets the scenario, and she gives you what you need. She gives you exactly what you need. She lets you bump your head a couple of times, but she's somewhere in the midst trying to assist you along the way. We're here because there are things that we need to correct from the past. The main thing is to understand there is only one God. There is only one God. We cannot be him. Who wants to be him? You must be mad. You can't even fathom the responsibilities of the Lord. I can't fathom them. The demigods can't fathom them. But the point is, we're not God. We're here to play out this scenario, whatever it is, but in addition to all that, understanding that this particular world that we are in is not our world. It isn't. And our goal is to get out of it as quickly as possible, not necessarily aiming for the spiritual world, because if you do everything you're supposed to do, you're going anyway. But at some point, you will discover, if you stay on the path of Krishna consciousness, you will discover why you're here. You may be fortunate enough to discover who you were in a previous life. And I think it's a miracle. I think it's good that we don't know who we were in a previous life, because it would probably drive us mad. I don't want to know what I did in a previous life, because some of the sufferings that we're going through, personally, I know that I'm going through. I was a character. I was definitely a character based on my purification process. And you have to accept that. You were not perfect. You were not perfect. Otherwise, we would not be here. It is no accident that we are in each other's company. We have been in each other's company before. We have crossed paths before. We need to understand that we are one big family. Doesn't matter who your parent was. I mean, it matters. It's important. But the point is, we're one big family. And when we start operating like that, when we start caring for each other, when we could come together like the Kurus and the Pandavas came together in such an extreme situation and honor one that honor the ones that have left their bodies. When we can be together like that, we're going to be on a very good path. It's not easy, which is why it is so important as a devotee, as an aspiring devotee, to read Srila Prabhupada's scriptures, chant. I will never be able to express this enough. Have good association. Have really good association. You become, you know the saying, you are what you eat. You are who you associate around. Just because someone is taking Diksha and they're a devotee does not mean they're always doing what they're supposed to do. So be keen on your observing who you associate with. If you are not finding the perfect example of someone to associate with, ask Krishna. Talk to him. He responds. He responds. We just have to develop the ears to listen. When you have an opportunity, take shelter of senior disciples, learned souls. We're going to have one of the biggest occasions that I enjoy so much at the end of the year, 50-hour kirtan. That's what we call it, right? Starting the 20, when is it starting? December 29th. That is a perfect time to be in the association of devotees. It's like going to the gas station to put gas in the car. I make it a point, no matter what is going on, to be here because there are so many elevated souls that are coming here, that are coming to the Dham. The sannyasis that are coming, the kirtaneers that are coming, the kirtan singers that are coming. This is a perfect opportunity to be in the association of devotees. Krishna is constantly arranging for us. We have to be on our toes and know when the opportunity comes up. Take advantage of it. Good association, chanting, reading. And because we have internet, you have the opportunity to hear any sannyasi or guru that you so desire. The point is, start doing this more and more because you have to have a foundation to get through this world. You cannot get through it without it. It's impossible. It is impossible. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. I have been in this movement for a couple of decades. I've seen a lot before the movement, and I've seen a lot in the movement. And I can tell you personally, there is no other way to get through life except through taking, and it is important to take a teacher, a mentor, and in my case, it's a guru. Take shelter of a guru. You need instructions on getting through this world. Do it. That would be my suggestion if I were you. Times are not going to get better, but not to be a downer. Whatever takes place from this point on is not something that a devotee that's practicing cannot get through. We will be able to get through anything, but we will get through it unified, just as his family was unified under the most extreme circumstances. So if you don't take anything else away, start communicating with someone else. Start reaching out to someone else, or maybe hoping someone reaches out to you, because there is always someone available. We just have to have the eyes to see and the heart to feel. We have to become more unified as individuals, as devotees, and I believe we can have a tremendous impact on this world. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible with the help of Guru, and of course, ultimately Krishna. So I'll end at this point. Does anyone have any comments, any realizations you want to share? Anything? Oh, I can't be that good that you all don't have any questions. Maybe something, a realization or something that you've discovered since becoming a devotee, or maybe a challenge or something um, that you may have. No questions? Well, first of all, I want to thank all of you because you could have been anywhere else. You had an opportunity to go so many other places, but you came here and you took shelter of Radha Kalachandji, and they are absolutely gorgeous. They are extremely powerful and potent, and we would be wasting the mercy if we didn't come and honor them as regularly as we can. They answer our prayers. They are there for so many purposes, and each and every one, each and every manifestation is as powerful as the other, regardless of the size on the altar. So, if there are no other questions, we'll end at this point. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radhakalachandji Dham ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you for tolerating me. Thank you for tolerating me. It's been a while since I've been here. Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy. I will do the best when I'm here. I will do the best I can. Oh, that comes from the energy in the temple. If you all weren't here, that wouldn't come from me. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How are you? Ah, I've been doing so many things. It's been a long time, but I I thought about that. It's like, is he still coming? How is everything with you? How's it you chanting? Are you reading? Re- Good. Good for you. That's very good. It's important. How long have you been coming now that I think about it? Gosh, has it been that long? I am so happy to see you. I'm so glad that everything is well with the family. Krishna's mercy. Whenever I'm allowed, whenever I have the time to be here and allow myself to do this, I will do it. Thank you so much. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Haribol, Hare Krishna. You've been away for a while, haven't you? You were coming for a while. Yeah. What's your name again? Ephraim. You who told Vishnu Priya? You know Mother Vishnu Priya? Yes, I remember her telling me about you, how sincere and dedicated you were. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's close by. The school's close by. I, d- I still don't know this area well. Oh, uh huh. Mm-hmm. So how are things going for you? Ah, how did that turn out? It's good. Sometimes there are things that we have to let go. Mm. Yeah, typical. Mm. Ah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. How old is she now? Oh, that's a lot of commitment there. Wow. Yeah. Oh, so you get full custody? That's a big job. Yeah, you got to have a foundation to raise to raise that child, and to be on your own and to hold steady in the process. Life is deep. It's very deep, and you need something or someone to hold on to. And I found over the years there is nothing else but the Lord. And if there's a problem with you thinking whether or not He exists, He'll show Himself to you from time to time. I don't know if you've had that experience, but at some point you have to realize He does exist. He's very real. He's very available. What was the church? Yeah, yeah, I was too. Hmm. Ah, yeah. Mm. He loves you. There's so many kinds. Hmm. Hmm. How long ago was that? Oh. Uh, yeah, yeah. Uh, oh my gosh, what is his name? Chitanya. Yes, I know who you're talking about, Chitanya. Nityananda. Nityananda. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Mm, wow. Mm-hmm. 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 That's important. He should be on that. The name should be on your tongue or on your mind at all times. That is very important. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It's like the simple living is when you get the hang of it, it is so nice. You don't have all these things that you got to do. It's what simple living high thinking. Just Lord is providing the basic necessities, which is all we need, and hopefully good association and a higher knowledge so that you understand you're just here temporarily. There's something you need to do, and then you move on. But you always, always are walking in the company of the Lord. You are never at any point in time alone, ever. We need to always remember that. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Yes, I understand. Krishna's mercy and the mercy of everyone here. I just reflect on what you're giving me. Thank you so much. Well, I haven't been around for a while because I've been doing other things, but people are on vacation and I stepped in. So from time to time, when they're doing this, when they're doing it this way, I'll come in and do it. So whatever Krishna arranges. Antariami. Yes, Antariami. Did you take prashadam too? Oh, 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 good for you. Good you. So you take prashadam when you do it? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Vish- Vishnupriya. She's always filling you up with something. It's important. It's important. But thank you for sharing that with me. Sure. Look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Oh my gosh, that is going to be amazing. Oh, this will be full activity. Hmm. Oh my gosh. Oh, so she's been here already. Uh-huh. Oh, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Wow. What did she think? What did she think it was going to be? Oh, okay. A little different. It's a little different. Good. Well, she was really into it then. Yeah, bring her. Uh, oh, yeah. You know it's going to be packed, but don't even let that phase you. Come anyway. The energy is, uh huh. That's exactly what I do. I'm standing up on the pews. Sometimes there's no other way, but it's worth it. Yeah. Okay. Well, look. Yes, you will. Take care. Haribo. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, how are you?